Let me show you how to remove your gearbox off a Volkswagen Polo 9N and 9N3. From the front, your Polo would look like this. So the first thing you need to do is you need to remove your battery tray. This unclips. Take your battery off by disconnecting your terminal positive and negative by 10mm. Remove your battery, and underneath you have your battery tray like that, which is held by 3 or 4 13mm bolts. The tools that you need are 19mm socket, 30mm socket with a ratchet, 60mm socket, a flat screwdriver, and a 90mm spanner, 70mm socket, and a 60mm spanner. But the car that we are going to remove the gearbox and show you how to remove it is looking like this. No front end, no bonnet, no bumper, no headlight, no slam panel, no radiator. So we can show you detailed video on how to remove your gearbox. Once you remove the 3 or 4 13mm bolts, go ahead and remove your tray, so you get all the access to your gearbox. Just to show you the two different cars, so this car over here is the 9N, and you don't have no airbox on this side over here at all. So all you have to remove is your battery and battery tray. Move this aside, and as you can see, you've got all that room to work on your gearbox. However, if you're doing it on the 9N3, which we are, you need to remove your airbox and the pipe work around the airbox, and then you can access or see your gearbox clearly, and you'll have enough room to play around with. But just to go over with it, around the gearbox you have 19mm bolts, just like that one over there, all the way around the gearbox. So as you can see, ours is already missing 2, but then you got one just underneath the thermostat over, you see it, but just over there. And just like that, all the way around the gearbox you have 19mm bolt that you need to go ahead and remove. On the top gearbox mount you have 2 60mm bolts, one over here, one over here. You also have these shifter cables that you need to remove, held by secure pin, or one over there and one over there. And then you have 3 13mm bolts on the bracket for the shifter cable, 1, 2, 3 that you need to remove. For the slave cylinder you have this clutch pipe over here, which is on this bracket over here, and that just pops right up. And then you have a metal pin over here. You want to remove the metal pin and then pull this pipe out. Just behind the gearbox, just over there, you have your drive shaft. Again, it's held by torque screws all the way around, which you need to remove as well. Coming in the front of the gearbox, you have this starter motor. You have 30mm bolt over there. Go ahead and remove that, so you can remove your cables out the way. Again, 30mm over there as well, and a plug, which again, if I show you, it's just held by a pin. So remove the pin and pull the plug out. And you have 90mm and another 90mm on the bottom just over here. Remove your starter motor out of the way, and then you have a 30mm, because obviously we have all this front end clearance, so we don't need to remove that. But if you don't, you will need to remove it for clearance. 13mm, pop this up and remove this, and that way the gearbox will be enough wiggle room to take out. At the bottom of the gearbox you have another bracket just in the back over there, and we're going to show you that with more detail once we come to that stage. Nevertheless, let's get cracking and let's remove the gearbox. The first thing we're going to do is remove that bracket, so all our bolts are loose. Before we take that off, so it's on that bushing over there which needs to slide out. Before we do that, we remove the bolt. We need to remove the pins. So lift the top bit up and just pull. Now, for a lot of you, this might be a bit of a difficult scenario or difficult stage, popping these up and removing them from the pins over here. However, for us, it's quite simple, but you can use your flat screwdriver, as Zabz will just demonstrate now, and just release it, and the other one as well. Okay, so we're going to move that aside. Now we can go ahead and remove the 30mm bolts around the bracket that holds the cable shifters. Once you remove the 3 bolts, you can now go ahead and remove the shifter away from the gearbox and the bracket. Once you've done that, you can now go ahead and remove this bracket. So remember, it's on a bushing, so just lift it up slowly, okay, and then just slide it out. Now we've got enough room. As you can see behind the gearbox, you have another sensor, this one over here, and this one just pops out. So just grab it from here and just pull it out just like that. Put that aside. Next we are going to go ahead and remove the starter motor. Again, we're all loose as it is, so this is 13mm. Go ahead and remove your 13mm, and then remove your power cable. And this 30mm is already removed, so go ahead and remove your power cable from here, or the earth should I say. Move that aside. Then you got this. So normally you have a red pin which you move back and then you can just unclip it, but ours is already broken, so we can go ahead and remove this. And then you have two 90mm bolts, one on the top, one on the bottom. We're going to go ahead and remove them. As you can see, this one is quite long and lengthy, so just remove all of that. Then you want to go ahead and remove the bottom 90mm bolt off your starter motor, which is this one over here. Again, we are using a spanner. You can use a socket with a ratchet, whichever is easier for you. Oh, Ferrari, we always get something decent in our area. Last one was 300ZX, now we got a Ferrari. Again, this one's a very long, lengthy bolt. While we're here, we also have this reverse switch sensor. Go ahead and remove that. Again, it's just a pin over here which always is broken, so we can go ahead and remove it. But normally you get a flat screwdriver and push the pin away and pull it out. So we can go ahead and remove our 90mm bolt, which is right in front for the gearbox over here. So we also have a bracket, just this one over here, that we need to go ahead and remove. So we can go ahead and remove that as well, which is again a 13mm. Then go ahead and remove your starter motor. Now we are going to go ahead and remove the other remaining 90mm bolts. Again, ours are missing one over there, but we have got one over there, which we're going to go ahead and remove just under the thermostat or nearby. Once you remove your starter motor, you then want to come underneath the car. My car is open, so I can just lay underneath and access the underneath of the gearbox. You may have to jack it up. Now, underneath the car, we have this bracket. Over here, we have two 16mm bolts. Go ahead and remove them. So one over here. And one over here. However, we're not going to remove that yet. We're going to go ahead and remove the bolt on the side, which is 17mm. Go ahead and remove that next. And then you can go ahead and remove this 60mm bolt. Now you can see the bracket move. However, the gearbox won't fall down because it's held by the bracket on the top. So go ahead and remove this and pull this out. Now we got all the excess of the gearbox from underneath. Now what you want to do next is you want to go ahead and got a bolt just near the exhaust over here, which is 16mm. Go ahead and then remove this one over here. Again, it's just going to be over the flexi joint, so you might have to wiggle it out. It is quite a long bolt. Just like that, it should come off. So typical, we also forgot one more bolt, so we got two bolts that are hidden, or should I say that we forgot. So do you remember when we took this exhaust bracket off? This one over here with a 30mm. Just behind it, there's another 13mm bolt that's gone into the gearbox. Go ahead and also remove that before you do anything else. We obviously messed up by not removing that. So you got this not over here, and then you got a bigger bolt over here. I believe that's going to be a 16mm now. So 16mm, you can get a spanner or a ratchet with a socket. Just remove that bolt out of the way. You then want to go ahead and remove your drive shaft. As you can see, we've already done it. So they are either T45s, but we used H6, so one of these So we used H6 because our thread was messed up, and this was just perfect enough or square enough to go in. And once you remove the 6 bolts with 3 brackets, you then go ahead and just move your drive shaft out of the way. So as you can see, we have just moved the drive shaft out of position, and it's now nice and loose. Okay, so it's not gonna come in the way of the gearbox. We just move it out of the way when we remove the gearbox. Once you remove that drive shaft, you also need to remove the driver side drive shaft as well, and this is a very long one. Same concept, but you're gonna have to access it from the driver side over here. Again, you got 6 bolts with 3 brackets, and they are T45, but I've used the M6. Remove that and just move it out of place from the gearbox. Once you've done that, you need to then support the engine with the jack in the center. Once you've done that, then you go ahead and remove these 2 60mm bolts which hold the gearbox mount, and then you're ready to remove the gearbox.
See, before you go any further, you know the drive shaft on the driver's side, the easier access is from the top. So from the top it's easier to remove the bolts. Just that is another tip that you need to get.
Yeah, so you can jack the car up from the driver's side and access the drive shaft from the top and remove the bolts, or you can do it from underneath, whichever is easier for you. Okay, so we supported the engine with a jack, and now we're just removing the 60mm seat. So as you can see, it's released that gearbox. So as you see, the gearbox is getting released. The gearbox won't fall off because you do need to, it's literally mounted onto the engine even without the bolts. So you will have to wiggle the gearbox out of position. So the only thing we forgot to do is remove this pipe. So again, all you need to do is move that pin out of the way, like so. And that, there you go. So you will get a bit of a leak. Just put that up on this position over here so that it stops from leaking. There you go. Okay, now you're ready to remove the gearbox. Before you actually remove the gearbox mount, there was a hidden bolt that we totally forgot about, and it's just located under the internal manifold, and it is, I can't really show it to you, but I'll try my best to point it out. It's just over there. I'll show it from this side here even. It's just over so coming down this way here, all the way down and around and there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's where the location is. Again, it is a 90mm. There's a very long bolt as well. This one over here, as you can see, it's also leaking quite bad. We've tried to put something over it, but the clutch fluid is leaking quite bad. Once you try to stop that, or let it leak out and clean it up afterwards. So a lot of you people might not be a lot of you people might not like what we've done here, but we had to support the engine, so we've got a big bar like this bolted on the struts, and we're supporting the engine. Obviously this car is a scrap car, so we just want to show you overall how to remove your gearbox. Now you can go ahead and support your engine with the axle stands, which we don't have, because we need to support the gearbox with the jack. We've removed the top mounts. Now we're going to lower the jack slowly so the gearbox can drop down and we can grab the gearbox. Perfect, so we got the engine supported on the bar and the gearbox laying on the floor like that, or nearly, so we can move the jack out of the way. Because it's literally next to the floor, we can just slide the gearbox out of position and take it out. And as you can see, the drive shaft has also fallen down on this side, as well as that side over there as well. So you need to get something in between the gearbox and the engine. As I remove a gearbox off a VW Polo 9N and 9N3. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. We'll see you in the next one.